Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Kaylee, aka the MILF Maker, helping you get the fittest, most sexiest body you've ever had in your whole life. Getting you to look and feel the best you've ever had without restrictive diets, by getting strong, and by choosing yourself and showing up for yourself every single day. Okay? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe if you like my content. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and as always, follow me on Instagram if you want some more of me at Snack Size Strength Coach. Okay, today I want to talk about the 3 things that kept me overweight for years. And I actually have 4 things, so I'm going to have a bonus one at the end, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video, okay? So I know so many people, so many women, and I talk to so many women on a daily basis. I've coached hundreds of women, and the thing they have in common is that they've been trying to lose weight for years, on and off for years, or they've lost weight, they've gained weight, and they're just kind of sick and tired of the whole process. And honestly, I used to be that person. I used to be just like you, if you can relate to that. I used to be constantly on a diet, always worried about my weight, obsessing over everything I ate, and then going through the cycle and it feeling so hard and giving up. There's a lot of times where I lost weight and then I would just magically gain it back. And I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I just was never meant to have a smaller, great body, if I was just meant to be overweight, if I just didn't have it mentally, if I didn't have like the willpower or the mental capacity to stay skinny or to keep the weight off. I just really thought maybe I was broken. And I worked in a gym, right? And I worked out all the time, and I would look around me and I'd see these other women that were toned and lean, and I'm like, how do they do it? They must be perfect. And like, by all means, I'm not the leanest, right? This doesn't really show but I've got muscle. I am lean. I'm quite small. But because I'm a performance athlete, I do eat quite a bit, right? So, and I perform better, a little bit fluffier. But look, I still got some abs there. But the goal isn't to be as lean as possible either all the time, right? That's not my goal anyway. If that's your goal, more power to you. Okay. But anyway, that aside, I would look around at all these other women around me and see their skinny, toned bodies, and I'd be like, why is that not what I have? Right? Why is it so hard for me and so easy for them? Little did I know I was doing things all wrong. I was approaching food all wrong. I was approaching the whole thing completely wrong. And once I became the amazing, educated trainer and coach that I am today, once I learned everything and once I learned how this really worked, it all made sense and I completely changed my life. So, the first thing that I would say that I was doing wrong, the first thing I was doing wrong was being on a diet all the time, chronically dieting. Honestly, at that point in my early 20s, I truly thought you just had to be on a diet all the time, and that's how you lost weight and you kept it off, right? You just have to eat 1,200 calories a day for the rest of your life, and you will be sexy and skinny and beautiful and amazing. And like, it's so far from the truth, right? First of all, 1,200 calories a day is what is what is required for a toddler to survive. Not a grown-ass woman, and not a grown-ass woman that's lifting weights. Not a grown-ass woman that's lifting weights, doing a bit of cardio, chasing kids around, working full time, like all of that, cleaning a house, name it. 1,200 calories, is not gonna fuel you. It's just not enough. And it's crazy that we were taught that and that we thought that was a thing. No, dieting is for a very small period of time, maybe 12 to 16 weeks. That's what I do with my clients. And then the rest of the time, you have to reverse back and you have to be at maintenance to give your body a break, to fuel yourself, to replenish hormones, to balance those hormones out, to build strength and build muscle, we're not meant to live in a calorie deficit. That is wrong. And it wreaks havoc on your hormones and metabolism. So not only does eating too little chronically and chronic dieting wreak havoc on your hormones and metabolism, it also causes you to binge and overeat, because when you are neglecting to fuel your body properly, especially over a long period of time, that's when you start to get cravings. That's when you get uncontrollable cravings, and that's when you give in to what feels like uncontrollable binges. And it is uncontrollable, because at that point it's your body starving and your body wanting to eat everything in sight in fear that you're not going to feed it again. Okay? So, chronic dieting, eating too little, 1200 calories, it's just not it. It's not it. And reality also is that you'll probably have to eat more than you think that you should to get the body that you want. All right? Okay. Number 2 is the number 2 thing that kept me overweight for years was alcohol. Okay? So for my people who are like, yeah, but there's those 100-calorie drinks. Sure, for sure. You can have a couple 100-calorie drinks a couple times a week, or not even 100 calories. You can have a couple glasses of wine a couple times a week and probably still be okay and probably still lose weight. This is the problem, okay? When you're putting yourself in the scenario of drinking and you think you're going to have 1 or 2 drinks, as you drink, you know what happens. Your guard comes down, and you might end up drinking more without being intentional about it, because that guard's down, because of the way that alcohol affects our mind and our brain, right? So now you're drinking more. Now you've got the munchies. Maybe the next day you feel like crap, so on and so forth. So I would always kid myself into thinking I could have a couple drinks or 1 drink and be totally fine. And if you don't have that control, it's going to backfire on you. Not to mention, there's nothing good about alcohol for you. It is literally a poison. It wreaks havoc on your hormones, your metabolism, your mental health. It's just simply not good for you. I'm not telling you that you have to completely quit drinking to lose weight, but it will help like crazy. And it only has to be for a small amount of time, right? While you're losing weight. And then you can bring it back, you can reintroduce it and learn how to do it in moderation. And moderation is possible, but you have to be willing to learn. And a lot of times for moderation, it takes completely cutting out the alcohol for a while. But you're kidding yourself if you think you can keep drinking and get the results you want, because you quite simply will not. Okay, reason number 3 why I was overweight for years. I couldn't say no. I was always people pleasing, worried more about what other people thought of me, whether they liked me, whether they accepted me, than how I felt about myself and about my own goals. I wanted to be accepted and have fun with other people like so bad that I wouldn't put my own goals and my own needs and my own health first. And when I repeat this back to myself, when I say this to myself now, it sounds like insane. Like, don't get me wrong, we need community, we need friends, we need to support each other. But if you can't say no and you're constantly doing girls' nights or lunches or things where you're overeating and you're over drinking, you are not being kind to yourself. If you cannot go to those things and be kind to yourself, simply it is time to start saying no. It is time to start taking time to be alone and be by yourself and reflect on what actually makes you happy and what your actual goals are. Once I started doing that, I started reaching all different kinds of new goals that actually fulfilled me, because going out, as much as I love my girlfriends, going out all the time and drinking didn't fulfill me. It left me kind of mad at myself most of the time. Memories and connection and relationships are important, but not at the detriment of your own health. Not if you're feeling like crap all the time, because that can lead you into its own depression. So balance can be totally hard to find sometimes, and I totally understand that. So if going out and being social and doing those things is something that you've done for years and years, maybe it's time to take a break and step back and try something else for a bit. And once you've done that, then combine the two. Then go back. And I'm not saying you have to say no to every single thing. Life is about celebrations, right? You have to celebrate things. But like a Tuesday night, half-priced appetizers is not a reason to celebrate. You know what I mean? Get yourself into a routine. Put yourself first. Put your goals first. Work hard at something, and you're going to feel a lot better. Okay? So once I started saying no, things drastically improved in my life. My health, my finances, how I felt about myself, my mental health. It it was really awesome. You can also find new groups of people to hang out with, or things that don't involve drinking and eating out and half-priced appetizers. You can go rock climbing, you can join a running club, you can make friends at a gym, at a CrossFit gym, you can join communities on Facebook where maybe the activities aren't going to revolve around food and drink so much, okay? But you can have it all. There's just time. By time, I mean different priorities at different times. Okay, so that's the 3 things that kept me overweight for years. But I do have a bonus one, number 4. Reason number 4 why I was overweight for years despite my best efforts was because I was training wrong. I was focused on cardio and a little bit of weight. So I would do an hour of cardio and then like 20 minutes of weights. Not properly, probably not even to the intensity that I needed. And yes, cardio burns calories, but lifting weights at intensity and focusing on weights 3 to 4 times a week will build your metabolism because you are building muscle. Okay, you need that muscle if you're going to be toned. Okay, so that was number 4. So look at what you're doing. And I'm not talking about like HIIT workouts. I'm not talking about a pump class. I'm talking about a program where you are getting stronger and you're pushing weights and you're recording it and you're doing progressive overload and you know what you're doing and you're almost going to failure. That's the kind of lifting I'm talking about, okay? I think I'm going to do another video because there's also like some mindset shifts that actually helped me get into the best shape of my life too. So I think that's important to touch. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. I hope you learned some things. I hope it opened your eyes to maybe some mistakes that you're making. If you want some more of me, you can find me at Snack Size Strength Coach on Instagram. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers and happy snacking.